tells the babysitter a very strange about her favorite dog.
What you doing over there? Nice. What was it that you told me about your doll? You said it moves? That doll? This doll? It, you said it moves? Like you move it, or? Wait, what? When does it move? Play hide and seek?
Now they don't make I do so. She's done that again, so
The
that's
5-year-old
what
claims
you
that the
know.
doll actually moves
They
on
will
its
they will tell you
own when she
make
plays
it
hide and
make it
seek with
subject.
the babysitter is a bit creeped out, but his morbid curiosity gets the better of him, and he decides to test the doll himself. It did not go well.
Play hide and seek.
Despite all this drama, Summer doesn't give up on love, and she goes ahead and starts dating Will Meach in April 2023. However, the relationship soon turns sour as rumors spread throughout the industry that Meach might be messing around on Summer, as a video of him entering another woman's apartment surfaced online. The two apparently called it quits around August 2023, and were spotted hanging out together in October 2023. The relationship remains unclear up to now.
Now, the doll doesn't move, but the family dog said he gives him a good jump scare nonetheless. However, the dog's playful demeanor soon changes, and she begins to behave very strangely.
The dog has been staring at the doll.
As y'all definitely know, Summer has a way with words where she is able to express herself fully in her music. She uses this craft by pouring her feelings in the 2023 hit song Hard Life, where she expresses her desire to live a soft life, free from all the ups and downs she had endured. Her song expresses her desire to live like a rich white woman.
Cut to later that same night. The 5-year-old girl is now fast asleep in bed upstairs, and the babysitter is watching TV on the couch. He suddenly hears something that sends a chill down his spine. Now, unfortunately, as usual these days, these videos were posted to TikTok without a source, so I have no idea what happened next. The story of the creepy moving doll remains a mystery. Old School. Cathedral High School in Los Angeles, California was built over what was once a cemetery. The school even honors its dark history by featuring real pieces of old recovered headstones on its walls inside the school. So, late one Friday night, a janitor is working the night shift at Cathedral High School when something happens that makes his blood run cold.
Have a thick skin. Do not drink alcohol. Never get high
I
in front
usually
of
don't
anybody.
record while
Keep
I'm on the
somebody
job.
close to you that you know at all times. Summer.
This is freaking me out. It's sort of unreal. I'm here at work, I'm here in the janitor's closet. Yeah, let me just show you guys.
She adds that Summer doesn't trust any of the people around her, and that's why she chooses to fade away from the crowd. This only makes us wonder what's going to go on behind the scenes in the music industry. If Jaguar is actually telling the truth, and the horrors that Summer allegedly saw have messed her up real bad and caused all
Just
the troubles in
I don't know, let you guys know the school was built on a cemetery.
Has anybody bothered to
I
ask
don't
why
know
she
if that helps my
always
situation or not,
claustrophobic and
but
couldn't perform anymore?
previous janitors that work here have tried to tell everyone that,
I don't know if
you know, every night something happens. It's spooky.
I know it
I
sounds
don't know, paranormal, whatever you want to call it. But
What has Summer gotten right next?
yeah, I didn't really believe him until tonight. I was in here cleaning up after some students had thrown the party, but it's been freaking me out. Is this one right here. No matter where I'm at in the classroom or what I decide to do, it just follows me. And just do your thing, you stupid balloon. Got you on camera now, so let's just see. right there. Just okay. See, no. It just follows me no matter what. Oh, no, I can't.
The janitor is completely alone when a red balloon inside one of the classrooms seems to start moving on its own and follows him out into the hallway. Suddenly, he spots a dark shadow quickly darting past a window on the other end of the school. Now, previous janitors at the school claim to have witnessed multiple incidents of paranormal activity. So when the custodian captures this spooky evidence, he shows it to the building
Rosie
security
for
guard.
Blackpink, Bruna, Korean girl.
Nah, dude.
I swear, this medal is red now.
Am I
I'm on the red now, this song. Blackpink.
It's not no.
It's falling up the classroom too.
The music is red now, everybody apart.
Look at the class with the white. What the I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. You saw that, right?
Nah, man.
How long you been working security here, man? How long you been working security?
I've been here a few months, but I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Risk our safety and enter an alleged cult village.
As you can see, even the security guard is a bit freaked. So did the janitor have an encounter with the spirits who are buried in the ground below the school? Let me know what you think. And a happy new year. TikTok user Sav is celebrating New Year's Eve with her mother when something happens that they simply can't explain.
In the early 1990s, the French capital of Paris found itself the unwilling hunting ground of Nico Clos, a self-proclaimed satanic necrophile who spent years prowling in the city cemetery in order to unearth and mutilate corpses before moving on to the fresher flesh found within hospital wards until not even the dead could satisfy his gruesome proclivities. Before we get started, a word of warning. This story contains graphic details relating to some of the most depraved acts known to humankind. Cannibalism, necrophilia, Satanism, and of course, homicide. But if you think you can stomach it, let's dive in to the case of Nico Clos, the vampire.
That's my dad's snowball. Like, we designated that to, like, be my dad.
Where we discuss and dissect the most mysterious, terrifying, and mind-bending cases from all over the world. Before we get started, we would like to send our thoughts and prayers to the loved ones of Thierry
Sav's
Buissonnier,
father passed away nearly a year and a half ago, and the family displays a snow globe to remember him. As Sav says that the puppy in the globe actually looks a lot like her dad. However, the snow globe hasn't worked for a long time. But just as Sav and her mother pop confetti to celebrate the new year, the globe inexplicably starts playing We Wish You a Merry Christmas, beginning right at the part of the song that contains the line, and a Happy New Year.
This story takes us to the French capital of Paris, widely considered one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Located along the River Seine, Paris is famous for its majestic boulevards and monuments.
Sapp believes that it was a sign from her father that he's still there and he's still watching over them. User Cheryl Sweetie2 on TikTok is a single mother and seamstress who says that she and her daughter have been experiencing strange and unsettling things inside their home. For months, they've been hearing the sound of someone walking in the hallway outside of their bedrooms, and they've found their things mysteriously moved from room to room. Things have gotten so strange that Cheryl even began to worry that they might have a squatter living in their walls. So she installed a security camera so that she can keep an eye on their home. One night, Cheryl's daughter is playing with her toys in her mother's bedroom when something disturbing happens that Cheryl still just can't explain.
Tunnels within no less than 6 moving corpses are entombed. Their bones stacked into artful layers within the tunnel's walls. In other words, all in all, Paris was an especially fitting backdrop for the predator who roamed the streets back in the early 1990s. On November 15, 1994, a team of crime scene investigators arrived at a rundown apartment in the red light district of Paris, not far from the famous Moulin Rouge. The apartment was that of 22-year-old mortician Nico Kuhn. The search, part of an investigation into a recent series of homophobic shootings that had taken place across the city. Nico Kuhn had been taken into custody earlier that day after a 5-week manhunt. Nico had attempted to buy a video recorder using the stolen credit card and forged ID of a man named Thierry Bissonnier, who, just hours earlier, had been shot dead in his own apartment. Once in custody, police noted that among his many...
The young girl walks toward the closet, seemingly expecting something to be inside. And then she just stands there transfixed, almost as if she sees something that we can't. She seems to get a little spooked and leaves, and the closet door slowly closes by itself. TikTok user Cheryl Sweetie2 has no idea what to make of this video. And about 3 months later, this happens.
Hey guys, just wanted to jump on really quick because I stopped sewing. My daughter said that something weird really happened. We've been experiencing a lot of strange things lately, just different noises and stuff. Don't mind my mannequins, I sew for a living, so can you tell Lonnie what you just said? There's something in the door.
Under Nico's bed,
Under the closet door?
a .22 caliber handgun, which was sent for ballistics testing. And inside his refrigerator, bags of fresh human blood. It was a glimpse into a world so warped it was almost beyond comprehension. The mind of someone consumed by death, violence, necrophilia, and
Is that what scared you?
cannibalism. Someone whom they now suspected of being a serial killer. During his first police interview, Nico denied any knowledge of the murder of Thierry Bissonnier. When confronted with the positive results of the ballistic test, however, he promptly confessed. He had shot Thierry, he admitted, after randomly meeting him on Minitel, an early precursor to the interview. The murder of Bissonnier was eerily similar in MO to other recent shootings. All the victims had been gay men, shot in their apartments soon after connecting with someone on Minitel. But no evidence linked Nico to those shootings, and he would not admit their involvement. He would, however, provide a full and graphic confession to the murder
Cheryl's
of
daughter
Thierry
seems scared as she says that she sees something just underneath the closet door. But there's nothing inside except for a kind of creepy mannequin. However, the mannequin seems to start moving on its own and falls over, breaking into pieces. Cheryl and her daughter are terrified and they just get out of there. TikTok user Cheryl Sweetie2 says that she still has no idea what happened that night, and that she and her daughter are moving out to stay at her friend's house until they can find a new place to live. Some say that children have the uncanny ability to connect to the spirit world, and in some cases even see or communicate with the other side. In this next video, a father is home alone with his son when the toddler seems to spot something truly bizarre.
There's no one
In another creepy video posted by Kurt Harris, his family is visiting his grandmother in Chicago when his little cousin Daisy says something that is downright chilling.
That's the man come to see me now. Who come to see you tonight? The man. What man? What man? Up there?
Little Daisy claims that the relative in an older photo on the wall visits her at night. Now, the only problem with that is, well, he did.
Up there?
He did. In fact, the man in the photo passed away in 2005, over 14 years before little Daisy was even born. She has never even met the man. Or did she actually meet his ghost? You decide. He did. Before we move on to the next video, if you see anything that you think should be included in the top 5, contact us at newtop5@gmail.com.
The newest addition to my collection. Just bought it from the antique store.
Doll collector Linda Deary from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, was browsing Facebook Marketplace one day when she saw an ad placed by a woman who was giving away 4 antique dolls for free. Linda drove to the woman's house and picked up the dolls. When she got back home, she posed the dolls on her bed and began taking pictures. But then, something very odd happened. The dolls seemed to move right before her eyes. Linda grabbed her phone and started filming.
I was fascinated by the room itself, the clinical, the people who work there, the casket, and the atmosphere around it.
Soon after this, Linda and her partner began to experience strange and unexplained activity. Personal items around their house would go missing, and objects seemed to move on their own or get knocked off shelves. One day, Linda gets a bad haircut from a local hairdresser, so she decides to make a video showing off her terrible new hairdo. But what happens next is truly bizarre.
Hi. A lot of people want to see what my hair looks like. So I'm going to see the sides. Like my bangs, I've had to like fix my bangs myself. But this is what it looks like if I don't straighten pieces of it. And like, it's just a whole mess. Dang it. That scared me. Okay. Gosh, what the fuck was that? Did you see that? Like, it ran. Oh no. Absolutely not. No.
At first, Linda believes that all the frightening activity in her house is likely caused by the playful ghost of a little girl who might be attached to her new dolls. She even finds the whole idea kind of funny and jokes about it online. One day, Linda sets up a silly video for her social media where she puts a Chucky doll inside a cupboard, waiting for it to fall out. But this is when things start to take a terrifying turn.
Thing is about to be a mess.
Nico would listen enthralled to his stories and images of voodoo rituals and witch doctors in Africa and the hell gardens of Thailand. Soon, Nico's interest expanded into cannibalism. At around 11, Nico had come across a
Okay, I didn't find this one.
magazine that
Chucky's just supposed to pop out, but his hair is moving.
of the corpse of a woman murdered by a Japanese cannibal, Issei Sagawa. The images had a huge impact on Nico. According to the satanic teachings he had been studying,
Okay, I really do. Oh, Mom. Whoa, that. Oh my God. Okay.
Now, whenever he
Okay, joke's over. Joke's over.
that it was human.
With problem, anything you want, when you receive it, celebrate its nonsense. Other global would never eat minutes.
The video goes very wrong as the doll's hair begins to move for no reason. And And then Chucky's head seems to suddenly spin around all on its own. And things just get even weirder from here. One night, Linda and her partner are asleep in bed when they are woken up by the sound of loud banging from their front room. The bangs are so loud and intense that the couple believes that someone is trying to break into their house. They immediately call the police. So, officers arrive on scene and review footage recorded by the couple's front door ring camera.
This is a map, you know, let's look at it far back. Yeah, dude. Something's in the window right now.
Stop being hyper, please. It's scary.
Others as potential threats. Now the feeling overwhelms him.
Something's in the window.
As the motion-triggered video starts, it looks like someone or something has pulled the couple's front curtain open. But even creepier, whoever this person is, they appear to be inside the house. And whoever it is seems to slam the curtain closed again with a bang. Linda swears that she and her partner stayed inside the bedroom and didn't move until police arrived. The officers checked the house inside and out, but there was no one else there. So now, Linda has had enough of the creepy dolls. Recently, she attempted to get rid of the dolls at a yard sale. But in a darkly funny twist, Linda says that someone actually stole 3 of the 4 dolls from her yard sale.
To the thief that stole these dolls out of the yard sale at 3 o'clock this morning, you're going to regret it. They're haunted. Had you waited till sunlight, you would have seen the sign that was under them that said, "Haunted dolls. If you have children, please don't buy them."
So, good luck to whoever took those dolls, because it seems like they're gonna need it. Lost Soul. In Michoacan, Mexico, a photographer named Paco is waiting in his studio for his friend Eduardo to arrive to work on a project. Paco suddenly hears his friend Eduardo outside his open window, talking loudly to someone on the street. Paco checks his security camera to see what's going on. And, just watch.
Preoccupations were now radically different to everyone he knew, and his sense of being disconnected from the human race stronger than ever. Later, when corresponding from prison, he would write, "When I see people, I see complete aliens. I cannot understand their craving for social success, family, and love. I do not have the same primal needs."
Te lo juro por Dios que el señor no quita nada de la pinera. Te lo juro por Dios, güey. Y un señor se me acercó y me preguntó, "Oiga, disculpe, ¿dónde es la pinera?" Por eso le explico, le digo, "Hay que cruzar y mirarle más para abajo, güey, te lo juro. Te lo juro, güey, no mames."
Eduardo swears that a man was asking him for directions, but the security footage shows no one there, just an odd white mist. So did Eduardo have a conversation with a ghost, or a brief mental breakdown? Because he seems convinced. So let me know what you think. The Continental Inn. Jenna Snow works at the Continental Inn in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, a hotel which sits right across the road from a cemetery that is the final resting place of nearly 19,000 bodies. With a location like that, it's no wonder that the hotel has built up quite a bit of a reputation for being haunted. Now, Jenna's working the front desk at 5 in the morning, and she and one of her co-workers, Tim, spot something very odd on the lobby security camera.
He said it's not the hotel that's haunted, it's the graveyard.
Oh.
So this service road here where Danny and I, when they dug up all the bodies here,
He denied any sexual interest in Denmark.
moved them over to the graveyard.
After months of studying what
They dug up the bodies.
found ways of breaking into the crypts. Once inside, he reveled in the dark and dank.
Hey, Noel,
The smell of death.
what's up?
It was an intensive spiritual experience.
Let's try the signature.
He was
Sometimes they'll stay there.
He is. How do you know this?
Well, because Danny and I caught him earlier when Danny was in the games room locking up. I freaked the fuck out because I saw it. And then I tried to do a video review to record it, and it
After violating his
A
first
faint,
break,
pale figure can be seen moving around the hotel lobby and sitting down in one of the chairs before just disappearing completely. Jenna's coworker Tim claims that he's seen the bizarre figure many times before, and he believes that it has wandered over from the cemetery across the road. But lost spirit or not, I leave that up to you to decide. Spirits. TikTok user VKT recently started a new job at a liquor store in Kentucky. He's at work one evening when he starts to hear random, creepy sounds that he simply can't explain. He grabs his phone and starts to record.
So I'm here at work, and I'm 100% sure I'm hearing my voice right now. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? I'm freaking out right now because I'm all next door.
At 18, Nico began going to golf clubs.
Something like was right behind me.
But even there, he felt like an outsider. His girlfriend shared
I hear it. Please tell me you guys hear
was
this.
overwhelmed if he mentioned his darker ones.
Did you hear it? A soft, unexplained voice can be heard several times, seemingly whispering to VKT.
And you hear that? What is that?
In 1992, at the age of 12, Nico
Here's how many hours I spent watching videos on social network last year for free. And here's how much I would have earned.
Please tell me you guys hear this.
Now, I reached out to TikTok user VKT, and he says that he didn't used to believe in the paranormal at all and was actually a skeptic. That is, until he started working at this liquor store.
Something like was right behind me.
Since he has worked at the store, he says that doors often open by themselves and bottles fall on the floor randomly with no explanation. VKT says he asked his co-workers about the strange incidents, and they all told him flat out, well, this store is haunted. But there's more, because as VKT continues to work at the store, things just get creepier and creepier.
Okay, guys, so I'm hearing like noises coming from this back room. Oh my goodness, bro.
That really said me I don't even get first about it. Like, I'm really not
Alright, I'm gonna go and look.
it takes that one day to get this is like,
As you can see, nobody's back here.
it's like,
Nobody just came up behind me.
what? What the fuck? Man, they go down past like this. Then they pay me. When I call, they pay me. So I come to the door. I share a bomb. I want to like, I want to like, I know they can go down. I want to keep going.
And things just
So I go, I did, me and Sandra, that time, I do, I practice away.
One day, VKT is completely alone at work
So
when
good, well,
this happens.
His confession to French
yes, I happy, happy.
in prison, several times of
There's nobody in the store, dude. It's freaking me out, bro. It's freaking me out, bro. Come on, where you at? Like, come on. Bro, you gonna sit here and show yourself in front of me.
The door of a stand-up cooler in the back of the store opens by itself. But when VKT looks through the glass of the cooler, a dark figure can be seen quickly moving out of sight in the back room. VKT quickly runs around and into the back storage room, but he finds nothing and no one. The room is empty.
Come on, where you at? Like, come on.
So what do you think is going on at this liquor store in Kentucky? Let me know. Matty Magarachi says that his house in Monroe Township, New Jersey is very haunted. In fact, Matty has been posting about the strange activity in his home for over 4 years. One night, Matty is home alone with his dogs when strange things start to happen.
Once again, Nico felt like being outside. Worse still, his coworkers didn't seem to appreciate the privilege it was to work with the dead. Nico decided to kill all three.
Matty's parents are away on vacation, leaving him all alone in the house, and something else happens that makes his blood run cold.
Still attachment to mankind in a way. I had this theory back then that humanity needed predators. Nature's response to that is to create people like me and acting as predators of the human race.
When one of his colleagues invited him to his place for a
What the f was that?
he brought a penknife.
So these are just a couple of the many videos that Maddie has shared online over the last 4 years. So could it be that Maddie's house is actually haunted by something? Or is it all just a very elaborate hoax? You decide. The Crescent Hotel. Built over 138 years ago, the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas has become infamous for its dark history full of death and tragedy, leaving the hotel with the ominous name, quote, the most haunted hotel in America. The hotel was once a treatment center run by a man named Norman Baker. Baker claimed that he had, quote, the miracle cure for cancer. Of course, these claims were completely false, and hundreds of people lost their lives within the walls of this building, hopelessly waiting on a cure that would just never come. Some of the patient's remains were said to be scattered on the property. Now, with a history like that, it's no wonder that today many of the hotel guests claim to have had terrifying paranormal encounters, and some of these experiences were even caught on camera. 4 years ago, Jennifer Chronister was visiting the Crescent Hotel with her mother when she accidentally captured something truly creepy.
Girls Trip, most haunted hotel in America, and my nightstand on the creepy door is my eyes shut. So early bedtime looking for ghosts.
Did you see it? When slowed down, it becomes clear that something moves in front of Jennifer's camera, something that resembles a small child. Even creepier, Fox Nation reporter Abby Hornacek also stayed at the hotel and left with painful scratches on her back. But that's not all. A woman named Angelina and her daughter were staying in room 212 at the Crescent Hotel. It is said that on this side of the building, the spirit of a mysterious lady in white is often seen on the balconies. In fact, it's claimed that sometimes this ghost is actually seen falling from the balconies into the garden below. So, it's 6 in the morning and Angelina is outside her room enjoying her coffee. And then this happens.
Soon, I decided to see what the apartment was like and wandered around it. When I returned, he was still moving and making horrible breathing noises on the floor, like if he was breathing through a straw. I reloaded the gun and shot again, this time striking him in the back of the head. I reloaded and fired a few more times, but he was still alive and making noise. I was surprised that he was still holding on. I had expected the first check to kill him. After a few minutes, I went into his kitchen and found some cookies, and then sat in the corner of the room and watched him as I ate. I shot him one last time in the back. I also lifted a huge plant blanket and smashed it on his face, crushing it slowly. I then wiped down my fingerprints, picked up his checkbook, a credit card, and a wallet, his ID papers, his driver's license, an alarm clock, and an answering machine, and left the scene.
Angelina is shocked and also a bit excited when she hears the voice of a woman singing from the balcony right next to her, because there's no one over there. Angelina says that she was a bit creeped out by the experience, but she is also grateful to have captured what she believes is the voice of a spirit.
Years later, he is much more reticent about the crime, skipping over details.
The thing down the hall, a group of friends from Madrid, Spain are hanging out when they suddenly hear strange sounds coming from the bathroom down the hall.
¿Están escuchando? Llovió. ¿Están escuchando?
enter his
Hola?
apartment, only to be met by a terrible sight.
¿Hay alguien ahí?
Their son's butchered and decomposing body lying on his apartment floor. Nico might have gotten away with the murder, but it was just the start of an ambitious plan, and he was impatient to take the next step. Hours after killing his son, he entered a shop for some of his forged ID and credit.
The guys are hesitant to look inside the bathroom. When they do, something horrifying can be seen staring back at them. User Ain Hoval shares the video to TikTok with the caption, "What the hell was in my bathroom?" Now, it's certainly very creepy, but is it real? Or is it all just an elaborate TikTok hoax? You decide.
Nico was arrested 5 weeks later on November 15, 1990.
TikTok user Leo Lords 15 is excited about getting a fresh start as she and her young daughter move into a new home. But soon after they move in, her daughter begins to behave very strangely. The young girl claims to have made a new friend, a friend that lives inside their new house. Now the mom is pretty freaked out, so she prepares a security camera to keep an eye on her young daughter. And one day, it captures something absolutely terrifying.
5 alive puppy. So much pulp. So many ways to call it stuff. He gulps it.
None of them shall honor or account for the bags of fresh blood and human remains. So, Nico gave a final, shocking, and explicit confession, parts of which you just heard. He was a satanic necrophile officer, and went on to describe in graphic detail his acts of rape desecration and cannibalism.
I understood that from now on for the rest of my life I will be when you understand that and you see the outside and the new self-esteem is good, you just feel you can see the 13 years, actually go there and understand that. So you will be able to be part of the system.
During his 2 years in custody, Nico underwent a battery of psychological tests. He told psychologists that corpses in the mortuary had been speaking to him, urging him to kill. He would later tell an interviewer that he invented this part in hopes of getting some reduced sentence. Nico was now diagnosed as psychotic with a penchant for necrophilia and sexual sadism, but fit to stand trial for premeditated murder. In May of 1997, Nico Pruitt was convicted of premeditated murder.
The young girl can be seen having a conversation with someone that we can't see. Then, 2 footsteps can be heard before the closet door slowly opens on its own.
Grave desecration, cannibalism, or stealing blood. In his interview with us, he said the prosecution deliberately left the
As it opens, 3 more footsteps can be heard, almost as if something is walking out of the closet.
He would only serve 8. He was released in March of 2002. Nico spent years corresponding with around
The girl seems very freaked out as she slowly gets to her feet and sneaks toward the door to make her escape out of the room. So it seems that whatever just came out of that closet, she doesn't want to be anywhere near it. Now, what makes this footage even creepier is that this family completely disappeared off of TikTok in 2022. So whatever happened to TikTok user Leo Lords 15 and her daughter remains a mystery. The ghostly gift. Cassie O'Malley from Lamont, Illinois loves monkeys. So when one day she receives a monkey doll as a gift, she's absolutely thrilled. That is, until she opens the box.
Oh my fucking god, I swear to god, this thing just fucking looked at me. Oh my.
For a split second, the creepy monkey doll seems to look directly at Cassie.
Oh my fucking god, I swear to god, this thing just fucking looked at me. Oh my.
Cassie says she's tried everything to debunk what she captured on camera, but she hasn't found anything to explain it. After this recording, the doll hasn't stirred up any trouble. So for now, Cassie's keeping the creepy little monkey doll proudly on display in her home. But what would you do with a gift if it did this? Let me know down in the comments.
Oh my fucking god, I swear to god, this thing just fucking looked at me. Oh my.
Graveyard shift. Dupree is working a late night shift on ambulance duty as an emergency medical technician. As he's driving the ambulance back to base, something happens that he simply can't explain. Something absolutely terrifying.
Alright, so I'm not sure how to talk about this, but well, first off, I've been an EMT just for a little bit, and like I ain't never experienced nothing like this. So as we driving back to base, I swear I seen a face in the rearview mirror. Like, I need to turn this engine off though, cause like we're gonna be stranded out here. I'm not trying to look at this.
When you understand that the way to be alive for several hours, but then you eventually get arrested, go to prison, and maybe spend the rest of your life, natural life in prison, isn't really worth it. Perhaps it is way more satisfying. This is what I try to make people understand what those dark urges. Just the fact of not being the person that they want you to be is satisfying. And this is one of my biggest highs now, for expecting of course this person to go back to my head and US things or ever since I was
I don't know if you see it, but can y'all see that back door? Like it just flew open. Like, can y'all? Oh. No, what the?
What I appreciate is that
no, hell no. That,
As Dupree is reaching in to turn off the engine, just off camera, the back door of the ambulance flies open on its own. Dupree's shocked and jumps back out, leaving his phone behind. Now he eventually returns and grabs his phone, but then Dupree and his EMT partner see a strange, unexplained shadow darting back and forth inside the ambulance. Dupree says he was so shaken up by this encounter that he called his employer to come pick up the ambulance. He says he just took an Uber home. Too close for comfort. Amateur paranormal investigators Jared, his brother David, and a friend get together one night to investigate Jared's own house in Blackpool, England. You see, Jared claims that he has experienced some creepy, unexplained events in the house. So Jared's brother David is holding an SLS camera with built-in night vision when he walks through the downstairs area to see if the camera maps out any strange figures. But then something happens that absolutely freaks out everyone.
Using the night vision camera on the SLS, so that's why they're still behind me, because we don't want to keep mapping them. We want to see what we can map ourselves. Yeah, lots of sea swabs there. K2.
Yeah, I've got Jim Gazza's doing the K2 instruction for life, so we don't know.
Yeah. We'll just get ready to pass and see. Whoa! What the hell? Did I just see something on my imagination? I don't know, let's go. What the hell? I don't know. To me, it looked like a face. I saw something. That was really spooky.
As David pans around the living room, he captures what appears to be a bizarre pale face peeking out from behind the door to the hallway.
Whoa! What the hell?
The group looks through the house and even attempts to debunk what they just saw, but they can find no explanation as to what this is. Crossing over. TikTok user Mutalu4256 is driving down a quiet road somewhere in Thailand at around 8 o'clock in the evening. Suddenly, well, just watch. A woman wearing a white dress appears out of nowhere, forcing the panicked driver to swerve around her. When brightening and slowing down the footage, things get even weirder. The eerie apparition seems to only partially appear, and then it just disappears altogether. So could this driver have captured evidence of the paranormal on his dash cam? You decide. The unwelcome guest. Workers at a mid-sized hotel in Los Angeles, California have noticed strange things happening on the hotel's second floor. These odd incidents usually seem to occur late at night.
Alright, so we're getting crazy calls from this room that is unoccupied in the second floor. Okay, I think it's too... It's right. There's a phone. No one's calling. No one's you. Everything's chilling.
A worker at the hotel says they've been getting frequent unexplained phone calls from an empty room on the second floor. He goes to check, but he finds no explanation for the bizarre calls. There's no one staying in that room. But did you hear it? After I carefully analyzed this video, I noticed something odd that neither the uploader or his viewers seem to catch. Now I've isolated and enhanced the audio to make it easier to hear, but listen closely. Without knowing, the hotel worker seems to have caught a creepy EVP of a voice whispering, "Why?" as he walks down the second floor hall. But that's not all that the late night hotel staff has captured on video. During a slow night of work at the hotel, a girl named Brooke and her coworker decide to pass the time with a fun little race challenge. They put their phone in the hotel's elevator on the third floor and attempt to race the elevator down to the lobby to pick it up. But then, things just get weird. The elevator hangs on the allegedly haunted second floor as the doors continuously open and close for no reason. And strangely enough, another unexplained voice seems to quietly say, "Hello?" Cut to another night at the hotel. Brooke decides to record as she and her co-worker are busy arranging furniture in one of the vacant second floor rooms. The video was meant to be a random vlog showing what they do on an average night at work. But when she looks back at her footage, she finds something that is pure nightmare fuel.
So my sister, she graduated from students, and I asked for the whole weekend off. What do you want to talk about? Where the mirror should go? Yeah, actually, let's do her job. Okay. All right. Chat, should the mirror go here in this corner, right corner, or in that corner?
Did you see it? For a brief moment, a dark shape can be seen standing in the opposite corner of the room, eerily watching the two young women as they work. But when they pan the camera back over to the corner where the dark figure was standing, there's nothing there. So, is this LA hotel haunted? Or is it all just a very elaborate hoax? You decide. No vacancy. This next creepy video was recorded at a small hotel in the desolate countryside of Mexico. Now, for years, the staff working at the hotel have witnessed and experienced unexplainable activity, usually when they're all alone. One day, a housekeeper notices someone standing at the window of hotel room number 30, even though the room should be vacant and completely empty. The housekeeper immediately notifies the hotel manager, but they find no evidence of anyone inside that empty room. That is, until later that same day.
Aquí más cerquita. Aquí más cerquita. Sí, miren, ahí se ve, se alcanza a ver una cara, unos ojos. Vamos a ver. Vamos a ver a esa habitación. Estamos subiendo las escaleras. Desde ahí es donde estábamos viendo que se veía. Aquí ya no se ve nada, a lo mejor por el reflejo de la luz. Y vamos a ver en la habitación. Aquí está la cama, esta es una habitación pequeña. Aquí pues no se ve nada. Y aquí está la tele donde estábamos. Donde se supone que se veía, pero no se ve nada. No entiendo qué. ¿Por qué está?
As the manager approaches the hotel room, a pale face with hollow eyes can be seen peering down at her through the hotel window. The manager hurries upstairs and into the room, but she discovers that the face, or whatever it was, has disappeared. But then something moves, making a loud sound and sending the frightened woman rushing right out of the room. Now, the hotel staff believes that they've caught evidence that their small hotel in Mexico is haunted. But is it real, or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. Window to the other side. TikTok user Alyssa is outside with her two children one night when the family spots something strange in the second floor bedroom window.
All right, my daughter's room is up there. We
I keep seeing some. Alright, put your flashlight up. Okay, wait, we're gonna look down for a minute. But put your flashlight down. Let's see if we can get it to go again. Alright, flash it up there. Oh, now it's gone. Put your flashlight down. Watch it again. Put it down, put your flashlight down. Let's see if it'll do it again. Alright, put it up, hurry. Oh.
Someone or something can be seen peeking through the blinds of Alyssa's daughter's bedroom. But when they shine their flashlight, whatever it is simply disappears out of sight. Creepily enough, no one can be seen standing behind the blinds, and no hand can be seen moving them. Now, Alyssa believes that her house is haunted by a friendly ghost or poltergeist that means her family no harm. So instead of being alarmed, Alyssa and her children just rush right into the house and quickly head up to check out the window.
Alright, let's see if it'll do it one more time, baby. Put your flashlight up. Alright, yeah, let's go inside. Let's go inside. Let's go inside. Alright, here's the upstairs. I just want to show you guys. No one behind the door. Here's my daughter's room. It's a little messy, I'm sorry, but just to show you. Here's the closet. I just want to show you there's nobody behind. Nobody in the closet. Here's the window right over here. Nobody. Not a single person up here.
The family finds nothing and no one there. Now, it is interesting to note that shortly after posting this video to TikTok, Alyssa closed her account and seemed to just kind of disappear from the internet. So, that is a bit of a mystery. It kind of makes you wonder if that ghost was friendly after all. He didn't see it. Axel Louza frequently explores caves and tunnels in the woods of Colomos, Mexico. After finding what seems like evidence of witchcraft in one of those caves, Axel believes that some dark entity attached itself to him and now follows him wherever he goes. One day, in the strangest place, a public restroom, Axel starts to hear bizarre sounds. He takes out his phone and hits record, and what happens next is like something right out of a nightmare.
Ahorita es que acabo de terminar de cenar, pues estaba todo normal, pero ahorita está raros y se está tocando el cuarto, pero quiero que vean que pues no hay nada. Vean, ahí está mi reflejo, pero vean de este lado, pues aquí no hay nada. Y acá el lugar es bastante pequeño y está mi reflejo. Pero a ver si puedo escuchar. Escucha. Nada.
Axel hears a strange slamming sound from one of the bathroom stalls, even though he knows there's no one else in the restroom. But did you see it? A face can be seen peeking through the small crack in the bathroom stall door. But when Axel looks over the top, there's no one there. Axel is completely unaware of the disturbing face he just captured. In fact, he doesn't even notice until he posts this video online. Then the comments come flooding in. People tell Axel, hey, there was a face looking out. But Axel says he didn't see it. A cry for help. Late one afternoon, two teenage girls are hanging out in the woods near their home. They're They're taking pictures of a red rose in the forest for an art project for school. They begin to hear something very strange coming from the woods nearby. They start to get a little freaked out, and one of the girls takes out her phone and captures this disturbing video.
What if I screamed to scare the demons? They would mimic your scream. Oh. That never scared me anyway. Maybe it's just a bunch of kids trying to summon demons. Back in the forest we're in? Yeah. Sounds like fun. The more I listen, the less scary it sounds. The more I listen, the more scary it sounds. Oh, I gotta yeah. I think I know what it is. I think it's a hyena.
Right, now, take out your phone. Check how much time you spend on social media. Let me guess.
So, hyena someone? No.
The two girls hear bizarre screaming coming from somewhere nearby in the woods. But the two teenagers, apparently fearing demons and hyenas, are pretty freaked out and decide to just hurry home. One of the girls tells her mother what happened, and her mom makes the very wise decision to immediately call the police. The local authorities arrive and search the area, and in a tragic turn of events, they find a woman in the woods desperately screaming for help. The woman's husband had suddenly lost consciousness and quickly passed away out in the middle of the forest. The woman cried and cried for help, but it was hours before anyone came. Now, unfortunately, nothing could be done for the men, even if the call had been made earlier. But this very sad story is a good reminder that scary sounds aren't always something scary. Calling the authorities just might save a life. Monkeying around. An antique collector says he stores all of his collectibles in a local storage unit, but lately, things have gotten a little strange. He says that he's starting to get odd complaints from the staff at the storage facility. They said that they heard bizarre, loud noises coming from inside his storage unit at all hours of the day and night. The antique collector is very confused at what the noises could be and sets up a security camera inside the unit to see what could be going on. When he reviews the footage the next day, he is shocked.
Lori came up to them and started screaming at Lori. Hazel told Lambert to leave them alone, and they would file rape charges against her again. What Lambert did know was that weeks earlier, on July 31st, 1991, Lori had reported to the police the young kid that Dave raped her.
An old antique monkey doll that he recently purchased inexplicably sits up and just moves around on its own. Then it drops right back down, motionless. After witnessing this creepy incident, the antique collector says that he believes that the old doll might be cursed or have a paranormal entity attached to it. So is this footage real, or is it all just an elaborate